Hi there, it's good to be with you. I wish it was here in person at the studio, but right now this is the next best thing. Today we're just going to start with some breathing, stretching, light movement, and just know there's more content coming, so if you're ready to do more than that, it is on its way. For now, you can always hit that replay button and just do it all again. But let's get started. Let's bring the feet right underneath the hips, arms by the side, and just check your feet. You should be straight, big toe to big toe. The weight of the body should be just behind you in those heels. Knees are soft here. Chest is up, shoulders are down, chin is back. And now let's start to breathe. I'm gonna bring the hands to the rib cage. I like to feel the breath as it comes and goes. It just helps create that rhythm, equal time in and out. And then you can feel the rib cage open up as you inhale. And then you want to draw those abdominals in as you exhale and bring that rib cage back together. Let's do a few more of these breaths. Just trying to open up, connect to the body, and let's do it one more time. As you exhale, bring the arms to the side. All right, let's start to stretch the back of the body. So roll downs. You're gonna bring the arms up, inhaling, exhale, dive down. We're gonna bend and extend the legs. So we're not rolling all the way up quite yet. So on the third one, right here, you are gonna roll it all the way up. Okay, so we're gonna do these a few more times. I'm actually gonna turn to the side so you get a profile for the next few here. So again, the arms go up, you dive down, exhale, then inhale, and exhale, extend the legs. So you're inhaling to bend, exhale, extend. So here's that third one, where as you extend, you roll all the way up to standing. We get to go again. Inhale, exhale, dive, inhale, bend, exhale, extend. Here's that third one, roll it up. Let's do one more set. Reach for the sky, inhale, exhale, dive down, breathe in, bend. Exhale, pull those knees back, stretch those legs. 2, here's 3, roll it all the way up. All right, I'm gonna turn back to you. Feet back to hip width. I'm gonna create a little deeper anchor system here. So starting with the feet, remember the way the body goes back into the heels, the toes are gonna help keep us balanced, rooted to the mat, to the floor. We're gonna do some rotation now. So you're gonna bring the arms up, you're gonna interlace the fingers and drop those hands behind the head. Take a breath in first, and then on the exhale, rotate your spine. Keeping those hips pointed forward. Inhale to elevate, exhale to rotate. Let that exhale follow you all the way back to center. Once more. Now let's grab the hands, float them back behind the head. I'm gonna heel toe my toes all the way together. So I'm just bringing my feet closer together. Okay, we're gonna get a side stretch here. You're gonna bend to the side, extend your arms. You're pulling on the side of the body here. You're gonna bend the arms, you're gonna grow tall back to center. So it's very similar to mermaid stretch on the reformer. You're pushing your hips away from midline, and then you're reaching the upper body away from midline the opposite way. So notice I'm inhaling to bend, exhaling to stretch. Let's do it once more. to center. Let's reach up and hold. And circle the arms back to neutral. Very good. All right, we're gonna go into a wide stance. It's time for some hip hinging. Hip hinging, functional movement, but really we're gonna be stretching. Okay, so I always like to start with a few breath cycles just to feel my body in a new pose. We're in a wide stance, wanna connect those feet to the mat or to the floor. Take a few of those breaths. And then you can bend the arms and we can start to move. Push those hips back, send those arms out in front of you. Now I want to feel those opposing forces. This isn't just loose limbs moving. They're active body here. There's a force in front of you and a force behind you. Your arms are pushing the force in front of you. Your glutes are pushing the force behind you. Keep the chin back, keep those toes down, and feel that stretch. We're gonna do a few more. I'm not even counting today. Just wanna get you moving. Anytime you need to pause, just pause. There's our last one. Let's bring it in, drop the arms, give yourself a quick moment. All right, let's stay in this wide stance. Make sure those feet are connected to your mat or to the floor. You're gonna bring your palms together, draw the elbows close in front of you, pull your chin back. Now let's get into that hip hinge, send those arms up and away. From there, pull the elbows apart and the palms apart, but keep the fingertips together. Now close that back up, rotate that into a platter, close it back up, bring everything up, circle around, and then we go again. Hips back, arms up and away. Sphere of tension. Close it up, platter. Close it up, circle it. A few more times. Open it, close it, platter, close it, circle it. Two more. Elbows draw in here, close it up, circle it. Last one, let's get precise. Palms together, elbows close together. Reach out as those hips come back. Pull the palms apart. Push those palms together. Rotate them into that platter. Bring the palms back together. Reach everything up and circle it back. All right, feet back to hip width. Go ahead, adjust your clothing if you need to. Feet hip width, hands on the hips. Basic pattern of movement here. Just gonna lift the heels and lower the heels. So you're lifting and lowering, meaning full control, not just releasing to place those heels down. You're doing the work. Now you're obviously feeling those calves, and we're doing a little footwork right now. We're also firing up the balance mechanisms between our mind and our body. As soon as those heels leave the floor, that has to turn on. And we're gonna do a few more. One more, and two heels down. All right, I want you to come into a little bit wider of a stance, just wider than your hips, but not super wide. But you're gonna turn out the legs and feet. We're gonna do some squats. I just wanna get those glutes fired up a little bit more. Bring your arms by the side. Make sure those toes are down. Now pull the hips back, bend the knees, move those arms out in front of you. Those are your counterweights. If those arms do not reach up and away, you would tip over. So it's a system. Those arms allow us to pull those hips back and bend the knees, and then everything comes up together. Hip hinge, bend the knees, everything comes up. Let's keep going. We're just trying to get into those glutes, hamstrings, heels. So the back of the body here. Try not to lift those toes. Remember, you aren't anchored. Feet being your first anchor point. Let's do 2 more. 1 more. I'm holding for a second. Tricked you. Stay here. Hips back. Take a few more breaths. 1 more. And come all the way up. Move around. Just shake it off. Okay, I'm going to turn to the side. You continue to face me. And we're going to get into our lunge, balance, decompression work here. So I'm going to step back with my right foot. Hands come to the hips. Now remember, the length of your gait depends on how strong your balance is. I got pretty strong balance, so I can have a pretty long gait. If you don't feel in control back here, you can bring that foot closer to your left one, okay? So wherever you want to be to start. As we get into our hip hinge, you're going to want to slide this right foot back. We'll get there though. For now, we want to be vertical, belly to head, equal weight, both legs and feet, 2 soft knees. Try not to lock out the legs there. Want some space there. So heel's actually going to be down, and as we lift, we're going to add the tension through the legs as if you were trying to slide your feet along the mat, past each other. That's the sense. It's not an active movement. It's just creating tension in the legs. Notice I'm lifting my head and my chest up too, away from my waist. So there's that decompression. Let's do 2 more. 1 more. And let's bring it down. All right. Okay, it's a hip hinge time. All right, so now this back leg can be straight because we're taking the weight of the body forward into the front left one. So bring that heel up, your right one, if it's not up yet, and then pull the hips back, hinging your upper body over your left knee. Keep the chin back and the chest up. Now, see, like I said, we're more of a stretch today. So to feel this stretch, you're gonna push your left knee forward, and then without changing your head and your chest, you're gonna pull it back. Don't go to straight, lock knee, just back behind the ankle a little bit. Let's do it again. Push it forward, pull it back. Push it forward, pull it back. Now let's hold. Take a few deep breaths. And let's bring the head and chest up. Don't round your way up. Long head and chest. And then take a step forward. How you doing there? We're going to go to the other side. I'm going to turn around here. So we're going to have the left foot back. And we're starting with our lunge work. So remember, that's 2 soft knees, equal weight, both legs, both feet. So your upper body is vertical. And then that back heel comes down. And then you're going to lift and add the tension in the legs. Don't forget about your decompression. Head and chest are rising away from the waistline. A few more times. And let's bring it down. All right, quick moment of rest. Now taking that left leg to straight, back heel up, pull the hips back. We are in that hip hinge now. Chin back, chest up. Now we're gonna push that right knee forward without changing the head and the chest. Pull that knee back. Really get it back there, not complete locked, but back behind the ankle. That's how you're gonna feel that stretch. Push it forward again. Pull it back. Once more. Forward. Pull it back. Hold. Few deep breaths. And head and chest rise. And we step forward. Shake it off. Move around a little bit. Relax. All right. Time to close it up. Bringing the big toes together. Little space in the heels behind you. Let's lift the toes and just feel the rest of the feet. I want you to connect to your 3 points of contact. Ball joint of the big toe, little toe, and then your heel. So I'm just getting those points wide, like they're spreading around, out from each other. And then the toes come back down and you grip into your mat or the floor with them. Squeeze the inner thighs. Let's take the arms out. Now here's a perfect example of a moment where you can dial up the intensity or dial down the intensity. So starting with the feet. Inner thighs. Those are all points you can pick your intensity level. Even your breath, dial it back a little bit if you need to. Or you can go for those big decompression breaths. I'm gonna go big right now. One thing we all need right now is some decompression. Mental and physical, right? Next, inhale, let's bring the arms up. 10 fingers come together. Now relax your shoulders here so we don't tense the neck. But you're gonna pull the hips down and back a little bit further. Continue to breathe. Right now you're just looking for space in the upper body by expanding and elevating. And that is powered with the breath. The breath expands you, elevates you. Your exhale, want to contract those abdominals. They are pulling in. Just 2 more times. And let's bring the whole thing to a straight line. Reach up and back. Now we're in back extension as you circle those arms to neutral. And let's do a little bit more of that. Feet hip width, arms by the side. Let's do a little more arm circling into back extension. Inhale takes you there. Exhale brings you back to neutral. Let the chin leave the chest as the arms come up to take your back extension all the way up into the neck. A couple more. Once more. And back to neutral. Right. So we're going to head down the mat. We're going to go onto the back. I usually just hinge and bend the knees, use my hands for a little support to drop my butt down. However you want to get there. I don't have a creative way for you today. But I want your heels close to the edge, if you're on a mat, close to the edge, so when you lie back, your head is also on the mat. But for here, we're going to start with some bridging. So feet flat, knees bent, arms by the side, spine in a neutral position. Now let's take a few breaths. Now you got something underneath your back to help you feel the breath. Expand back there. So once more, in and out. Now the next breath cycle will move us. So take your inhale. As you exhale, imprint your lower back and peel up off your mat all the way up. Get up there, take an inhale. And exhale, draw the belly in, roll on down one bone at a time. Rock to neutral as you breathe in. Exhale, move again. Let's pause down here. That was 3 times. Take a couple easy breaths. We're going to add a little bit to that. All right, next breath, we're ready to go. Inhale. Exhale, go ahead, bridge up. Keep the hips up this time. I want you to bring your left leg to a tabletop, then fully extend it, lift your hips higher, and then bend that leg, bring the foot back down. Do that on the right. Comes to table, fully extend, and the hips lift, and then bend that leg, bring your foot back down, take an inhale, exhale, roll it down. A couple easy breaths. And now the legs can go long. Now I'm going to peek up. I want to make sure those big toes are right in line with the center of my body. Sternum, nose, So we're not crooked, right? We don't want to work from those crooked lines. Feet are flexed, arms are going to go out to the side of the diagonal line. You're going to squeeze those inner thighs and soften the knees. We're grounding ourselves. Spine should be neutral here. Now we're breathing into the back for about 5. We're at 2. There's 3. There's 5. Bring your thumbs to the hips. We're going to do 1 trace up the side of the body here. Let's go ahead and inhale our way up. Pause once those thumbs are at the armpits. Pick up your shoulders, your head, and your neck. Walk it away from your waist along the mat or your floor. Once you cannot get that upper body any longer, extend your arms long back behind you and hold for about 5 more breaths. There's 5, so go ahead and circle the arms. They're going to come all the way back to the waist, and everything's going to release and settle. All right, time to get those legs stretched out again. So you're going to take your right leg up to you, your knee into the chest. You're going to pull it towards the chest, and then you're going to curl up to it. Now keep your head and chest up, but start to extend your leg. I want you to grab your calf here. Okay, and then give that leg a good pull and hold it. Now flex and point from the ankle 3 times. 2, 3, and start to bend the knee. Roll on back. Take that knee deep into the chest. And we're going to repeat. So as you extend that right leg, walk up it. Hold. Pull, hold. Flex and point. 3 times. There's 3, and bend that leg and roll on back and hug it into the chest and send it back to the mat or floor. Left side, bring that knee into the chest, and let's start to walk up as we extend. Give it a pull, hold, flex and point 3 times. And then bend that leg, roll on back, hug it in, and 1 more time. As you extend it, walk up it. Give it a pull, hold, flex and point 3 times. And after that 3rd time, bend it in, roll on down, and hug it in, and send it back out. Rest there a few moments. Time for some more bridging. We're going to switch it up a little bit. This time your feet are going to be flexed. Big toes are together, so we're slightly turned in. So your heels are on the mat or floor. The rest of the foot is up. You are flexed. Now you're going to turn the hands. Fingertips are down on the floor. You're going to ground the upper body there. From here, pull your heels towards your glutes. Not an active movement, just feel them light up, and then lift the hips. Hold and breathe. I want you to expand your rib cage here, not just the fronts, but the sides and the back. Open it up. For 2 more breaths. And bring those hips down. Take the knees into the chest. I want you to curl up to them, stretch the back of the body, and then roll on back to your mat. 2 feet down, arms down. All right, just a little abdominal work today. You have options. You could do some chest lift and just keep it light and basic, or you can move with me into some roll-ups and roll-downs. The nice thing about the roll-ups is you get a stretch once you're up at the top there. So first thing is just reach your limbs long, take a breath in. As you breathe out, roll it up. Here's that stretch. Flex your feet, stretch the back of the body. And stay in this curve as you roll on back to your mat or floor with control. Head and chest go down, arms go back behind you, breath in, And we go again. Stretch. And roll it back. With control. Arms back behind you. Inhale. Exhale rolls you up. Same stretch. Let's hold for a few extra moments. Think of pushing your waistline back behind you, reaching the upper body forward past the feet. And roll it up, seated tall. And we're gonna go to the front of the body here. So however you want to get there. Again, I don't have really creative ways. I'm just gonna swing my legs around back behind me and lower my head and chest. All right, so we're gonna do some back extension. So you can keep it light, keep the legs and feet down, hands and arms down, and just practice lifting the head and the chest. Right, you have the support of your feet, hands, arms, and you're just lifting. You can choose to go further, lift, and then push into those hands, slide the shoulders down, and then here's your full range of extension. Now you can continue to do that, just move at your pace, or you can move with me into our anchored back extension. The feet come up, toes are together, those feet are flexed. And they're about 6 inches off your mat or floor. Now as you come up, you bring your hands and arms with you. You just rise, and then you can head on down. So we're doing little pulses here. We're gonna do 3 more. Once more, and then come down all the way. Now all together here, whatever you were doing with your back extension, let's all come down and do a little bit more decompression. So the feet and knees stay down, hips are heavy and anchored. You're gonna push your arms out to straight out in front of you, and you're gonna walk your upper body away from your lower body. And then we're gonna settle into that. Look right down at the mat or floor. Keep the chin back. And breathe. Contract those abdominals as you breathe out. A couple more times. And last breath there. And you're going to bring your hands back underneath the shoulders so you can push yourself back into a child's or rest pose. So knees come apart, feet stay together, and you just lower the head and chest. And now we're going to come forward and counter stretch that workout. Cat-cow time. Ooh, so I'm cramping in my foot, so I'm going to keep them flexed right now. If you're not cramping, it's best to just soften those feet there, but I'm going to go ahead and flex them right now. Hands and arms underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. Start in your neutral spine. And then you're going to inhale, draw the navel up, drop the head and chin, breathe out. Inhale, drop the navel down, lift the head and heart, and extend your spine, breathe out. So the inhale takes you there, the exhale, once you're there. I'm going to relax my feet because that cramp is gone. For one more here. And let's come back to neutral. All right, let's reach our limbs out. So we're going to start with the left arm and the right leg. Now try not to wobble and shift. Stay in control. You're just going to send your left arm out and your right leg back. And then here's that control moment. Pull them in. Switch. Right arm, left leg. And pull it in. Keep alternating. Just stay in control of the movements, not just the out, but the in. Pull them in. Right back to the mat or floor. Once more here, right arm, left leg, and then back. back to the mat or floor. Now let's get back to standing. I'm just gonna creatively get there. Down dog, so I'm just gonna bring my hands a little bit closer to my knees, curl my toes, and then just extend the legs. If this does not work for you, just get up how you need to get up. Drive those heels down to the mat or floor. Now let's walk to those feet. Soften the knees here so you can comfortably roll it all the way back up to standing. Let that settle. Move around. Move the head, move the shoulders. Wiggle the fingers and toes. Just shake it out. All right, we're gonna go back to a wide stance. So, forward fold. So forward fold is hip hinge and then dropping down. Now you don't have to do it quite yet. If you can't get all the way down here, you might need a couch, a counter, something if you can't get all the way down to the floor. Or you can just practice reaching out and being here if you don't have a surface to rest your hands on. If you can't get all the way down to the floor, it's best to get into a pretty wide stance. That helps you settle into your forward fold and just be able to breathe there, not focus on a lot of work in the legs or the upper body. Okay, so first thing, just hinge at the hips, push them back. You're already halfway to the floor. Now reach the arms out and then fold over. Make sure your head drops. Now I understand you might need to peek up at me, that's totally fine, but after you do that, just make sure that head drops back down. You're looking right through your legs. Now your hips are being pulled back behind your feet as you walk the upper body, everything above the waist, away from the glutes there. Right, so I'm just still taking a walk out here. I'm trying to find as much length through the back of the body as I can. There it is. Now I'm gonna settle and breathe into the middle of my back. Now you stay there. I'm gonna give you a quick profile. So I'm just turning to the side, don't come up. You're welcome to peek up if you need to. Just want you to see what my spine looks like from the side. We are a little bit round, right? There's a little thoracic flexion going on, which is totally fine. You're breathing into all that. A couple more breaths. And we want to get out of this the right way. You want to start to bring your hands and arms underneath your chest and lift your head and your chest so the back goes flat. Now we're out of that round shape. Keep the chin back and the chest up. Slide your hands to your shins, and I want you to just glide all the way back up to standing. Legs and feet back underneath you. And here we are again. Back up at a neutral position. All right. Let's find hip width with our feet again. Pull the weight of the body back. You lean back a little bit and then you apply that hip hinge. Grab your mat or your floor with your feet. Take your arms out wide. Chin back, chest up. Let's go back to just our breathing here. Exhale it out. Bring your arms forward, 10 fingers together. Raise the arms up as you pull your hips back. Continue to breathe. About 3 more times. Last one. Now I want you to rise up to a straight line, circle the arms, extend the spine, all the way back to neutral. All right, so that's about it for today. Like I said, it's gonna be light, and there's more stuff coming. It'll get a little bit more intense and aggressive as we go along here. And now again, you can just hit the replay button and do this all again if you need more. And then just look out for more content. It is on its way. Hopefully you're all staying sane through these difficult times, but I'm happy to be with you here. Just get you moving, breathing, feeling good, and I'll see you next time. Enjoy the rest of your day.